Lethbridge. Here we are, 2017 Rising Selects ABC Border Bowl game matchup between BC and Alberta. We'll introduce first from BC, number 2, Ethan Lang. Number 3, Connor Way. 4, Isaac Luck. 5, Matthew Glover. 6, Brett Cunard. 8, Jalen Kung. 10, Carter Price. 11, Darren Barg. 12, Andrew Johnson. 13, Braden Hamilton. 14, Liam Ryan. 15, Sam McPherson. 16, Nick Butler. 17, Sebastian Olson. 18, Dakota Cullum. 23, Terrence Vahar. 26, Ethan Bernardin. 31, Tyson Boyd. 33, Gage Bernard. 38, Jello Watko. 40, Braden Reed. 44, Gavin Murray. 47, Clayton White. 52, Greg Griffiths. 54, Jacob Gordon. 55, Bear Akachuk. 56, Taylor Fleming. 57, Matteo Vianney. 58, Liam Simmons. 60, Curtis Farnworth. 65, Hunter Mullis. 67, Alex Viventi. 70, Sahil Bambra. 74, Michael Shears. 88, Tyson Bongo. 92, Colby Griffiths. 99, Narian Kelsey. Introducing Alberta. Starting off, 0, Matthew McDermott. Number 1, Matthew Nakulak. 2, Mackenzie Wallbank. 3, Jordan Penny-Legion. 5, Surya Ranganathan. 7, Charter Baselt. 9, Taylor Viney. 10, Chan Lual. 12, Cole Brooks. 13, Caden Wagner. 15, Riley Dibben. 16, Waylon Robb. 18, Harkarat Singh Kara. 19, Devin Clark. 21, Nagor Lual. 22, Dwight Martin. 23, Basil Ayub. 24, Tarek Hybe. 30, Caden Cretney. 35, Turiab Otoloran. 36, Anthony Poche. 40, Curtis Myshaniak. 50, Mahaz Khan. 52, Riley Rutledge. 54, Gus Hallibert. 55, Alexander Taylor Lee. 56, Austin Hunt. 60, Anthony James Todd. 61, Jackson Upton. 64, Ashton Werricka. 66, Justin Nelson. 67, Jerome Thorzone. 60, Colton Ansorger. 69, Jevons Huntley. 75, Murad Almaya. 77, Parker Daub. 80, Ben Simmons. 87, Dustin Cameron. 88, Caden Reynolds. 95, Trent Metcalf. 99, Mahmoud Musa. At this time, and I ask that you please rise, remove your hats, caps, and helmets, and join along in the singing of our national anthem with Miss Janice Lozano.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, and all thy songs command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
our very own Beyonce of BC, Mr. Dennis Lozano. Short one guy for the sticks. If you want to come down here, get the best seat in the house, come on down. We'll take the first person who can make it down here for the stick crew. We got ourselves a volunteer. There we go. We got 3 for the sticks. We're good to go. Captains will be called to center field.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to University of Lethbridge Community Sports Stadium for the ABC Border Bowl. Coming up, we have the Rising Selects game featuring players from grade 9 and 10, Alberta versus British Columbia. And so great to have you tuning in wherever you might be watching around the nation on GoLiveSportsCast.com. I'm Marty Basita. Happy to be joined on the call today in the booth with the Dean of Minor Football and also high school football here in Southern Alberta, Brian Janot. Thanks, Brian, for coming and helping out today.
I guess that's what you get for hanging around 40 years. People start calling you a dean.
Well, I wanted something dignified. So.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So as we have the scramble kickoff here, Alberta not ready for it. And a ball loose.
Right, there is a scramble, and BC's got it.
BC wearing the dark gray uniforms with green trim recovered the kickoff, and Alberta wearing the blue and white were completely caught off guard on that play as we look at the Feature Productions replay.
Number 40, Braden Reed, comes up with the football.
They were huddling, and then the kickoff taken, and Alberta was caught completely unaware as to what was going on. And so a great start here for BC, who lost the toss, but get the kickoff back anyways. So BC starting with Isaac Luck at quarterback and a run up the middle for about 6 yards, maybe 7. And BC coming out intense and on fire here in the opening moments of this game. In the only previous game we've had in this age category, it was the BC Rising Selects winning 28-0 last year. So it's Luck at quarterback, number 4, 5'8", 140 from Rutland. Under center, fakes a handoff to the fullback and gets it to the tailback instead. And that's Ethan Bernardin up the middle from the North Langley Bears, pushing the chains on a BC first down.
52, Riley Rutledge from Medicine Hat, and Gus Halbert, 54 from Pincher Creek, are the tacklers.
Coach of BC is Matt Mackery, while your coach from Alberta is Harp Sandhu of the Calgary Hilltoppers program. And so a nice start here for BC. Luck under center, I formation behind him. And again to the tailback, Bernardin bouncing it outside, getting a block on the sideline as he's finally forced out of bounds, and another BC first down.
So some quickness to get outside and gets down to the 20. So a gain of, make it the 19-yard line. So a gain of 17 yards.
Nice block by Tyson Bongo, number 88, the wide receiver blocking downfield from the Meadow Ridge Knights, allowing his teammate to get a few extra yards on the play. So 1st and 10, BC from the 19-yard line. Single back behind Luck. Shotgun snap, and there's a convergence of BC players. The ball was loose for a moment.
High snap, and BC does recover, though. Coming up with
Jalen Kung with the recovery.
But there will be a loss back to the 24, so a loss of 5.
So about the only thing that's gone wrong so far for BC, that snap exchange mishandled. And as we approach the 12-minute mark, 2nd and 15, BC, I formation behind Luck. 4 receivers in formation, and the handoff to Bernardin. He's got some room at the left-hand side, cuts back towards the end zone, and he gets over the goal line.
Drives in for the touchdown.
Ethan Bernardin with a fine run there. 23 yards on the play. Ethan Bernardin gets BC on the board. Blocked downfield by number 10, Carter Price. Again, the BC wide receivers doing a nice job blocking on that drive, getting some extra yardage for their backs.
There was a good block at the line of scrimmage to break him free through to that left side, and then that one other block you said, and he did the rest down at the goal line.
Yeah, he bowled his way in. So it looks like we're going to have a convert kick attempt, and again, you get 2 points for any convert that's kicked through, and just 1 point if it's not. And so the convert is made by number 24, who's not on my program.
Yeah, I'll have to check that later to see who you got there.
Yeah, we'll have to confirm that up, but BC drawing first blood here, opening drive, just taking a few minutes off the clock, 3 minutes, 16 seconds as they march down the field after recovering an onside kick, and it's 8-0 BC.
Yeah, the Alberta caught unawares, unprepared, and got themselves in the behind the 8 ball right off the start of the game.
Terrence Vohar is handling the kickoff duty, it looks like, for BC. And Alberta at attention this time.
I would think so.
Is trying to receive it.
The other BC teams have been kicking the ball into that short zone most of the time. They have not kicked it deep, so we'll see what happens here.
So back to receive for
that same short zone.
Yeah, and this time it's jumped on by Alberta. That's Parker DAUB, number 77, jumping on the football from Chinook here in Lethbridge. And so Alberta will get the ball for the first time in this game, trailing 8-0. We'll see what kind of response Alberta has as coming into the game to play quarterback is number 1, Matthew Nicoluk, 6'2", 155 pounds from the Calgary Hilltoppers. Starts in a shotgun formation, 1 back behind him, and a lot of motion as it's a handoff to Caden Reynolds, making some moves towards the sidelines. So positive first down play there for Alberta as Reynolds picks up 7 on the play.
Gavin Murray, 44, is the tackler out of Prince George, and good hard running on that play by Reynolds. And probably Alberta needed something positive after the opening drive went kaflooey.
Yeah. So open backfield now behind Nicoluk. He's got a receiver in the flat. That's Matthew McDermott from Sylvan Lake with the reception. First down of the game for Alberta, moves the chains up to the 50-yard line.
Over there to help on the tackle is Connor Way out of Mount Douglas, but positive play for Alberta with a first down. 10-yard gain, make that 7-yard gain, and a 1st and 10.
So Nicoluk in the shotgun. He's got Charter Baselt, the lone back behind him, but he's throwing again. And he's got a receiver open on the right flat. Tackled immediately by Tyson Boyd.
It was a crushing hit by 31, Tyson Boyd.
The catch by Reynolds, though, is an 8-yard gain. So 2nd and 2 now for Alberta. And showing a diverse offense up to this point. Passing and running the ball. So 1 back in the backfield.
And into BC territory.
Yeah, we got 5 receivers in the formation. 3 stacked to the near sideline. And Nicoluk back to pass. His receiver fell, so
Slipped
incomplete.
Down. Intended for 87, Dustin Cameron of the Calgary Hilltoppers.
So a short 3rd and 2 for Alberta to try and convert here.
And we have 4 downs in this game we're playing.
And a couple of different rule changes. It is a 4-down game. Also, there's not really punting. Usually they'll just take 35 yards of field position, as it's a handoff to Baselt, and he stops short of the first down. Good pursuit by the BC defense on the far sideline.
And on that hit for BC, number 60, Curtis Farnworth of Meadow Ridge Knights.
So maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard.
Yep. And it'll be 4th and short. We'll see what Alberta decides to do here in the first quarter with 9:30 to play.
Just outside the BC 51, and they got to get to the 50.
They're going to punt. So 35 yards of field position. And so, yeah, there's no real punting on special teams in these games.
So back 35 yards.
Yeah, and on defense, you can only rush 5 players on any given down. And we already kind of discussed the convert rule, which is different. 2 points for a kicked convert, 1 point for a run or a throw. So BC's second possession will start at the 16-yard line. In for BC at quarterback is Andrew Johnson, number 12. We have a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Braden Hamilton was the intended receiver.
Going to be holding against BC.
So Braden Johnson, 5'10", 150 pounds, number 12 out of Prince George, BC, in at quarterback and holding the call. So that'll send the ball back halfway towards the goal line. Ball at the 8-yard line for BC, 1st and 18. As Johnson goes under center, I formation behind him. Fakes the handoff, looks to keep. And nowhere to go, as there's a whole pack of Alberta defenders on the scene. Stop for Johnson for no gain.
54, Gus Halbert from Pincher Creek plugged the lane, and then Taylor Viney of Catholic Central in Lethbridge made the tackle.
And we have a timeout on the field, British Columbia, an early timeout.
Time. Yep.
So they want to discuss this second and long situation, or they got a player down. It's Andrew Johnson on one knee, the quarterback, after on that keeper. Looks like he took a shot. And so he will have to come out of this game. And in at quarterback now, number 5, Matthew Glover, 5'11", 153 pounds from the Coquitlam Chargers. So BC showing a lot of looks at quarterback so far. 3 different players playing pivot already. Just moments into this first quarter.
Probably one of the values of a select team. You know that if somebody gets hurt, you got a pretty good backup probably to come in.
Yeah. What a tough situation to come into on second and about 19.
At the 5-yard line.
So lost some ground on that play.
Got to get to the 27 for a first down.
So Glover will start from a shotgun formation, 1 back, 5 receivers. Trying to throw down the slot and picked off. Playing free safety, Caden Cretney with the interception. The Calgary Hilltopper flipping the field.
An outstanding interception. Just probably what a lot of coaches like to see is a DB just goes up and has the coverage and just comes back and makes one tremendous catch on the interception.
Tremendous hands by Caden Cretney, 5'7". He had to get up high to haul that one down, so a big play for the Alberta defense.
Well, as they would say in basketball, he's got some hops because he really went up, climbed the ladder to make that interception.
So Alberta starts this possession on the 40-yard line. Nicoluk back in at quarterback from the shotgun, looking to pass over the middle. And that pass for Caden Wagner is incomplete, just short. Looked like he had him open for a moment, but unable to connect on that pass play. As Alberta is certainly looking like they're displaying a passing attack in this Rising Selects game at the ABC Border Bowl. Nicoluk with 1 back, 5 receivers. On the hook. Batted up into the air.
Tipped and caught from one receiver to another.
Tarek Heeb comes down with it. It went off of Wagner's hands into the hands of his teammate. Tarek Heeb makes his first reception of the game. And
Pass
that gives
back,
Alberta the first
and
down.
Wagner up in the air, tips it. And right to number 24, Tarek Heeb. 2 Medicine Hat guys that work together.
Maybe that was the play.
Maybe they've done that before. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, play's blown dead.
Flag on the field after that first down. Looks like we might have procedure, illegal procedure, offside. So Alberta going back 5 yards. It'll be John Gleason is our lead official today for this game in the Rising Selects matchup. And so Nicoluk from the shotgun. Steps up. He's got a man open. Oh, went over the wrong shoulder. Matthew McDermott looking for the football.
He looked one way, then he looked the other, and the ball was out of his reach to his right side. It's one of those where you're trying to drop it right in there, and when you look above you, it's a little tough with a helmet on.
It is. without a helmet on. That's a kind of a tough play too. So third down for Alberta now. 3rd and 15. Nikolak, 5 receivers in the formation. Now a handoff on the jet sweep. And again, getting to the outside is Caden Reynolds.
Good run for Reynolds. Forced out of bounds on the west side of the field by number 44, Gavin Murray.
And he got enough for the first down.
It will be a first down.
Yeah, 1st and goal for Alberta from the 9-yard line.
He got 16 yards on the play.
Yeah. Forced out of bounds by Connor Way on the tackle.
1st and goal on the 9.
So same formation for Alberta. Baselt goes in motion as well.
Plays bone dead. And they're pointing to the line again.
Another procedure penalty on Alberta. Oh,
offside.
And offside.
You often wonder how that could be,
Yeah.
don't you? That there was a legal procedure, but the defense was offside. But it happens occasionally, I guess.
Okay. So offsetting penalties
Yeah,
for
just
BC and Alberta.
Presumably you just
We'll do it again at
we repeat the down.
5:47. 5:47 to go here in the first quarter. BC with an 8-0 lead on an Ethan Bernardin 23-yard run.
It could be somebody defensively lined up offside.
Sure. On the keeper, Nikolak.
Oh, he slipped.
He fell down.
Tried to turn that corner and just slipped down.
Yeah, did well to miss the
And,
first wave of defenders, but that
There'll be a loss about 2, I think.
the 13th defender, the field, got him. So a loss of a couple, make it 2nd and 12. Well, actually 2nd and goal as the first down marker is
On
into the end zone.
12-yard line?
Yep.
Yeah, so he lost 3, I guess, on the play.
5 receivers in this formation. Nikolak handoff, inside run, Baselt. And he's gang tackled at the 10-yard line.
So we're wrapped up at the 10.
Gain of 2 on the play. Makes it 3rd down. And a nice charge here by Alberta, who were caught off guard right off the opening kickoff. So Matthew Nikolak, open backfield, rolling to his left and throwing up a high one, and
Good catch in the end
touchdown by Dustin Cameron. Nikolak threw it up high, and it was Dustin Cameron who came down with the football. 10-yard touchdown pass, Nikolak to Cameron. And Alberta is on the board. So in to kick the convert is Caden Wagner from Medicine Hat. And it's good, so we're all square at 8. Nice drive, Brian, by Alberta on that possession.
Nine plays. 35 yards on 9 plays. And, you know, 3rd and goal at the 10 after not moving it very well. Probably a good call to see if they could get one into the end zone. And Cameron ran a nice route. Used a good part of, you know, it's a big end zone, so use it.
The corner route pays off, and all set up by the interception by Caden Cretney. So 1 BC turnover comes back to haunt the West Coasters. And the boys in blue are on the board with 4:12 to go here in the first quarter. Rising Selects game, grade 9 and 10 players. featured here in the ABC Border Bowl, and we'll finish things off with the grade 10 and 11s in the Rising Stars Challenge coming up later this afternoon from University of Lethbridge Community Sports Stadium.
On a beautiful spring day.
Yeah, about 23, 24 degrees here in Lethbridge today. Bit of a breeze now coming out of the west, which is left to right across the field. As Caden Wagner will kick off. And they fake one onside kick and try to go back the other way. And that's taken down by Bear Akachuk from Rutland. Defensive lineman at 6 feet, 220. Showing good hands, Brian, taking that ball down securely.
Well, it looked like coaches probably told him, that ball's kicked to you. Get a hold of it and fall down as quick as you can. And that's exactly what he did.
Yep. So BC taking over at the 52-yard line on their own side of midfield. And back in at quarterback is number 5, Matthew Glover. Going under center. High formation behind him. On the toss, Terrence Vohar, and taken down in the backfield by Alexander Taylor-Lee from Brooks. Loss of 6 on the play for BC. As the Alberta defense coming through on that play. So I formation once again behind Glover. Lead blockers Taylor Fleming. And there's the handoff to Vohar. This time finding lots more room. Held up and taken down at the 40-yard line. So a big gain there by BC on second down.
24 yards down to the Alberta 40-yard line. Nice run by Vohar. Hit the hole and just took it up the middle.
Yeah, there wasn't much in the way of resistance from Alberta as we look on the Feature Productions replay until they got down to that 40-yard line. Some good blocking, good execution on that offensive play by British Columbia. So 1st and 10 from the 40, BC and Alberta territory. Glover under center, hands off to Vohar. And again, goes off tackle, finding room. And held up. Anthony Pache from Brooks.
Pache just managed to grab a hold of his jersey and slow him down enough. Otherwise, he might have been gone on another long run.
We got a flag down on the field.
And there's a penalty marker down too.
Holding on BC, so this run coming back.
Yeah, so it should be coming back on the plate.
Another nice run negated there on the penalty. And it looks like
it'll be after the yards are gained, so it'll be 1st down and 10 for BC at the Alberta 34-yard line. It's one of the idiosyncrasies of amateur football as compared to professional in Canada is we've got that, you know, if you commit the penalty after the yards are gained, you still get the 1st down. One of the unique differences.
So 1st and 10 for BC from the 34 of Alberta. Glover again under center for this play. Hands off to the fullback this time. Yellow Watko, 5'8", 240 pounds from North Surrey on the carry.
Jerome Florazone, Lloydminster Red Dogs made the tackle.
So a 6-yard run.
You know, there was a back years ago that played in the National Football League, Don Wennington, and they called him the human bowling ball. He was built a lot that, like Watko.
So 2nd and 4 BC in Alberta territory as we approach a minute to play in the first quarter. Handoff to Vohar, bounces it to the outside. He's got some space, and flags again coming down on the play.
Multiple that corner,
flags.
There was 2 flags down.
So we'll see what the call is on the play. BC's backing up, and it's going to be a hold. Not before the first down, though, this time. Well, we'll see. They're still determining. It is a first down, so
yeah, it's after the yards are gained. They gave him the first down, but it takes the ball back to the 33.
So 2 steps forward, 1 step back right now for BC on a couple of plays, but they're still getting their first downs, moving the chains down the field. So we have under a minute to play here in the first quarter, all square at 8 in the Rising Selects game between Alberta and BC. Glover under center. The handoff to Vohar. Right tackle run this time. It's getting to the into the secondary on these runs is Terrence Vohar.
Good slashing runner. 56 Austin Hunt out of Drayton Valley makes the tackle.
The run of 11 moves the chains once again for BC, now inside the red zone at the 21-yard line. Most of the damage coming via the legs of Terrence Vohar from Prince George.
Getting near the end of the first quarter. 10 seconds or so to play.
Now a toss. Vohar finding some room there on the left side. Cuts back to the middle. Just a couple of missed tackles for Alberta on that play, but Vohar is making it difficult to bring down.
56 Taylor Fleming on the left side. A good block to break it free.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Final play. It's a nice run by Terrence Vohar. Ethan Bernardin opened the scoring for BC on a 23-yard run before it was followed up by a Dustin Cameron 10-yard touchdown catch from Matthew Nicoluk. And both of those touchdowns were converted, so we're all square at 8 after 15 minutes. As we start the second quarter here, changing the ends of the field, it's BC in the dark gray uniforms with neon green trim, Alberta in the blue and white. Alberta coached by Harp Sandhu, while BC being guided by Matt Mackery.
Right on the 10-yard line, so first and goal on the 10. There's no mistaking when John Gleason wants you to start the clock. That arm looks like he's going to take off sometimes.
He's shaking it right now. I don't know if he went too far that time or not.
He might have hurt his shoulder.
Yeah. So Matthew Glover looking to pass, and this time he's wrapped up as it was Curtis Mishaniuk.
Mishaniuk from the Stettler Cougars was in there quickly on the sack. It's a loss of 5 back beyond the 15.
Alberta's defense came through with a big play in the first quarter. The Caden Cretney interception helped lead them to their first scoring drive of the game. And now Curtis Mishaniuk with the sack. 2nd and 15, or 2nd and goal. So the sticks are right on the 10. Glover under center. Hands to the up back and spinning around. Couple of would-be tacklers still going. We got a rugby scrum going down.
Plows down near the goal line.
Yeah. Watco, he is a load to bring down
Finally,
for BC.
Taylor Viney, number 9, brings him down. but he gets down to, looks like, about the 3-yard line.
Showing nice feet as well, though, avoiding a couple of tackles at the point of attack.
3-yard line.
So 12-yard gain by Watco makes it 3rd and goal from the 3. Glover under center. He's got the I formation behind him. 4 in the formation. Quarterback keeper, Glover towards the goal line. Touchdown, BC. So BC marching down the field. Completing the drive is Matthew Glover on a 3-yard touchdown run. Nothing elegant about it, just good blocking and good tenacity by Glover to punch it in over the goal line. So BC going for the conversion again. You get 2 points for a successful kick. And the kick is good. So, kind of like how they started the first quarter, BC with a bright start here in the second quarter. 3-yard touchdown run by Matthew Glover, and the convert is successful, and it's 16-8 BC. Big play on that drive coming on 2nd and long. Yellow Watco from North Surrey, the fullback, took that handoff on 2nd down, Brian, and got them within striking distance.
And looked like he carried half the Alberta defense down near the goal line with him. And set up the touchdown by Glover. Maybe, you know, probably a pretty smart play to call the quarterback on that one, because he thought maybe, you know, they'll give it to the big fullback again. And he just, quarterback just took it in himself. A little unusual from 3 yards out. Usually the only ones that are going to go in on are from a yard out. But
so back to receive this kick for Alberta, number 30, Caden Cretney, who has the interception, and number 21, Ingor Lual from Brooks.
Got his helmet on there from Brooks. Yellow helmet, the Brooks Buffaloes.
.13:07 left to play here in the first half. It was an early score for BC in the first quarter. Another early score here in the second. Looks like overall, though, Brian, we have a couple of evenly matched teams here. Short kickoff, and that's fielded by Ashton Waruka, and he gets it back to midfield. The big man rumbling down for a few yards. So
Ashton Waruka out of W.R. Myers High School in Tabor.
And so unlike his BC counterpart, the lineman who fielded the short kick for BC, he just dropped down, but Waruka wanted to carry that football. And just over midfield is where Alberta starts this drive.
11-yard, 58-yard drive for BC on 11 plays to retake the lead, 16-8.
So Colin Brooks is in under center for Alberta. The handoff to Charter Basselt, and he stopped near the line of scrimmage.
And that is number... Is that 60, Farnworth?
Actually a loss of the yard on the play, so Alberta is 2nd and 11. Number 12, Colin Brooks from the Calgary Hilltoppers in at quarterback. And hands off to Basselt, and again taken down right away by the BC defense.
He was met by 2 defenders there.
Sahil Bambra, number 70 among them.
And number 40, Braden Reed. And hit right at the line of scrimmage, so they're calling it no gain. And 3rd down. 3rd and about 11.
So Alberta aired out the football in the first quarter. Most of their success coming through the air. Taking a different attack here in the second quarter with Brooks in at quarterback. He's got split backs in the shotgun. And hit as he throws. So good defensive drive there for British Columbia. As against Sahil Bambra.
Sahil Bambra was in there quickly and hurried that throw.
We have a look at the feature productions replay. And not much chance for Colin Brooks on that play to get the pass off.
Forced Brooks to throw quickly, and before the receiver could get to the spot, and the ball goes over.
So a punt on the play, 35 yards, change in field position in this Rising Selects game. BC takes over with 11:02 to go in the second quarter.
BC will start out from their own 20-yard line.
(16-8), British Columbia with a lead in this third game of a quadruple header from University of Lethbridge Community Sports Stadium.
See a nice sunny day here before you know it with the track around the football field. Track and field championships for the high school will be here in a couple of weeks.
All right, so BC with Andrew Johnson back in at quarterback. And handoff. And despite him running into Ethan Bernardin, Johnson and Bernardin, not a clean exchange, but a nice run by Bernardin for 20 yards right up the middle.
Caden Cretney making the tackle. Yeah, it wasn't exactly the smoothest exchange in the world, but once he got rolling, got 20 yards on the play, 21 yards.
Yeah, very determined running there from Ethan Bernardin. So it looks like BC has a couple of talented backs in Ethan Bernardin and Terrence Vohar. So Johnson under center, I formation. Hands it off again to Bernardin. Looking to string it out, gets around the corner. And a flag is down on the far sideline. Bernardin still going. And he's gone.
There's a penalty marker back upfield.
A potential 65-yard touchdown run. Looks like it's coming back.
Head referee is looking for the call from the side judge. And it will be holding.
So another holding penalty on BC. I think this one may have come after the first down was already gained.
It was thrown up at the 51, so
pretty close then. No, they're moving the first down marker backwards, so
yeah,
came before he got the first down.
So a 10-yard penalty, it'll be 1st and 20 at the 31.
So that gallop from Ethan Bernardin called off due to the holding penalty on British Columbia, but a good burst by Bernardin to the outside, showing a plenty of speed here for the North Langley Bear, 5'8", 167 pounds. Andrew Johnson under center. The toss now to Terrence Vohar. Again, avoiding tacklers. These BC backs proving to be hard to bring down right now. Looks like he got about 10 on that gain.
Out of bounds at the Alberta bench. Several people in on the tackle for Alberta, including 54, Gus Halbert of Pincher Creek.
Make it a gain of 9 yards, 2nd and 11, BC football. 9:20 to play, second quarter. Johnson comes to the line of scrimmage at pivot. Yalo Watko, the fullback, And he opens another nice hole for Vohar. Picks his way through the Alberta defense, taken down right at midfield.
Taylor Viney 9 on the tackle with help from Riley Rutledge of Medicine Hat. Into Alberta territory, first down at 10 at the 54. Timeout Alberta.
Timeout Team Alberta, and yeah, they probably need to get together here and discuss what they're going to do against this BC run attack. Ethan Bernardin had that long gallop down the sidelines called back, but now they've already moved the ball back over midfield.
Well, when you got two backs, it appears of somewhat of equal ability, and you can keep going back and forth to them. It's a little tough to stop sometime.
And a 240-pound fullback. And
yeah, just throw in that for
Watko.
Little variance once in a while.
But he's just blowing up players at the point of attack so far in this game. He's had a couple nice runs himself.
Yeah, when you see your defensive backs are making the tackle, that's usually not too good of a sign.
Timeout on the field with 8:38 to play here in the first half.
They have, they being BC, have some good size on that offensive line. So they're able to, maybe create some holes. And Vohar and Bernardin hit him pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Third game of the day coming up on the late game. The fourth and final game will be the Rising Stars contest at the ABC Border Bowl, grade 10s and 11s. Kickoff is scheduled, quote unquote, at 5 o'clock Mountain Time, but it'll probably be closer to 5:20, 5:30 or so.
This just like a tournament in basketball or baseball, and it's always stated, it really doesn't matter when the last game starts, because it's the last game.
It's the last game.
Yeah. If we're, a little late, so be it.
Sure. So just don't leave your computer or wherever you're watching around the world on GoLiveSportsCast.com. Just keep it up, and when the game starts, it starts. So from midfield, Johnson with the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right under attack, and the pressure put on there by Alexander Taylor Lee.
Taylor Lee with pressure, and pass goes incomplete, 2nd and 10.
There's also great coverage there by Alberta on that play. Johnson really didn't have an option as he rolled out to his right, so 2nd and 10 from midfield. Vohar, the tailback. And he gets the handoff from Johnson. Again, good second effort by Vohar to get 6 yards on the play. Make it 3rd and 4.
Gus Halbert, 54, and 9, Taylor Viney. A couple of Southern Alberta boys have made quite a few tackles so far in this first half.
Yeah, Viney's been busy in the middle of that Alberta defense, playing linebacker. Playing left linebacker right now. And so Watko comes in at fullback, Vohar at tailback, Johnson under center. Again, another fake handoff, looking to pass down the middle of the field, and incomplete. As pretty good coverage there by Chan Lual from Brooks for Alberta.
Yeah, that was a little bit overthrown, so there was no chance for anybody to get near that one.
So now decision time for British Columbia, as they're on the Alberta 50-yard line. And I don't believe they've brought they haven't signaled for a punt.
Well, the referee, John Gleason, blew the play in, so I guess we're going on 4th down. 4th down and what, about 5?
Yeah, and 5 yards. Johnson under center, I formation behind him. The handoff to Bernardin, and he cuts it back to the left sideline. Ethan Bernardin grabbed from behind.
It's going to be a horse collar.
Yeah.
Tackle as well.
Caden Cretney, who had the interception for Alberta in the first quarter, pretty much all he could do is to bring down Bernardin.
Say, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Either you let him score, or you know the only way you're going to bring him down it's going to be a horse collar tackle and penalty.
Again, it's just tremendous blocking by BC on this play. And Bernardin found a hole down the left side.
He gets about 40 yards on it to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, great pickup there, and it'll be 1st and goal for BC.
They're going to put it down at the 1-yard line.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, with the horse collar tackle. So
roughness is called, but again, better than a touchdown for Alberta at this point. But the ball at the 1-yard line. So it's Johnson under center, Watko and Bernardin in the I formation. And they give it to Watko. Stood up, but he gets it over the goal line. So
he just bowled his way in, as they would say.
Taylor Watko with the touchdown for British Columbia from 1 yard out. And that's the BC's 2nd touchdown here in the 2nd quarter. And that's just a big kid to try to bring down from 1 yard out. He was stood up by the Alberta defense. They did pretty well to get over there and try to stop him, but another convert is good as well. So 24-8 now the score for BC as they extend the lead. We'll see if Alberta can have a response here on this drive. Trying to trim the lead before we get into halftime here at Community Sports Stadium.
They started that drive on their own 20, so
yeah,
a drive of 90 yards on 11 plays.
Yeah, a couple of big plays. Vohar with a nice run, and then Bernardin with a big run down to the goal line.
And then going on 4th down and getting a big play.
So a fine drive there by British Columbia, capped off by a 1 yard touchdown run by Yellow Watko. And with 6:50 to go, Alberta to receive the football. We'll see. If we've seen one thing all day, it's onside kicks from all the games. So you never know when a little trickery will come out. Although we haven't had a successful onside kick yet here. And again, a short kick just over the line of blocking, but it is picked up by Alberta on the far sideline, as that was Cretney coming up and brings it out to the 33 or 34 yard line.
33, Gage Bernard downfield for Prince George to make the tackle.
So with 5:43 to go here in the first half, Alberta will get a possession here, but not before
somebody holding onto an ankle.
Yeah. We have the trainers out, tending to a fallen Alberta player.
Again, can't see who it is.
So earlier today in the Young Stars game, it was BC with a 51-14 win over Alberta. A lot of big plays in that game between both sides. You know, runs of over 60, 70 yards at times for touchdowns. And then the Future Stars game, real clinical performance by British Columbia as they came away with a 35-0 win over Alberta. Tyson Black had 3 touchdowns in that game for BC. And the defense was just phenomenal all game long, not giving Alberta much of anything in that contest. And now BC looking good once again here in this first half of the Rising Selects game. in a matchup of grade 9 and 10 players out to a 24-8 lead here in the second quarter.
The first game of the day, Alberta gets beat 51-14, but the 2 touchdowns they scored were on tremendous long runs, one 65, the other one 80 yards.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know you go away and maybe don't feel so great about giving up 51 points, but, you know, they had their moments. Actually, defense here and there didn't play too badly, but it's just, you know, you get overpowered after a while. And that is number 75, Mayada Amaya of Nelson Mandela High School. That's walking off. He was favoring his right ankle.
Good to see him. He did get off on his own power.
And he's walking, but he's walking slowly, but at least he's walking.
All right, back first down Alberta from its own 32-yard line. Fake handoff rolling out. Brooks hits the receiver in the open field, and that's Parker DAUB with the reception and a big hit.
Jolt from Connor Way.
Oh my.
6'4", 195 out of Mount Douglas. Connor Way, to me, he just looks like a football player.
Yeah.
He, you know, and just the way he made the hit, playing safety. Yeah, he, you know, let the receiver know he was there right away.
Yeah, gain of 3 on the play for Alberta. As quarterback is Colin Brooks. He's got 2 backs behind him. And the handoff is fumbled and fallen on by Alberta.
Lucky to get it back. Bounced around.
So Turi Otolorin was trying to get a wrap on that ball, and a poor exchange there between the quarterback and the running back.
Curtis Mashaniuk falls on the football, and there's no gain.
So Alberta with a 3rd down here, 7 to go, as we approach 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Could use a first down here in a bad way. Stay within reach of British Columbia. Brooks now gets Parker DAUB to go into motion. And finally the handoff, this time to Otolorin. And he's brought down short of the 40-yard line, so another 4th down decision here for Alberta.
Reed, 40 was over there quickly, along with number 6, Brett Kennard.
And again, Alberta had its success on its scoring drive in the first quarter through the air, and these last couple of drives they've been focusing more on a ground attack, and we're going to have a punt here. So with 4:32 to go in the second quarter, BC will take the football at the 35-yard line. So good defensive series there for BC, aided by a poor exchange on 2nd down by Alberta.
Yeah, they were lucky to get the football back the way it was bouncing around, but after that it was sort of no chance of doing anything positive, and the result is a turnover on downs. Well, not turnover on downs, but on the punt rules for
That's right.
this level of football. You know, when you got 4 games, it moves the game along a lot quicker than punting, for sure.
Well, it's one less thing you have to practice, punt coverage and any return game plan. So
Yep.
in now a quarterback for BC. That's number 4, Isaac Luck. He started the game. Hands it off to Vohar.
Yep. And once again, 54, Gus Halbert on the stop. So he's been prominent in this first half for Team Alberta on defense.
So Luck back under center. He's got Yellow and Vohar in the backfield for receivers. Out wide. And a reverse now. That's Jalen Kung on the carry.
And he slipped down. He was trying to make a cut and lost his balance, and down he went.
Anthony Pache was in the vicinity from Brooks. get credited with the tackle.
It'll actually be maybe a loss of a yard on the play, making it 3rd and 9 at the 36.
So 3rd and 10 now for BC. If Alberta can get a hold here, get the ball back with lots of time left to go in the second quarter, as we just passed the 3-minute mark.
Into the final 3 minutes of the first half.
So it's Luck under center, 2 backs behind him. Looking to pass into the slot, and its ball is up in the air and
tipped around
defended by Alberta. Jordan Penny-Legion and Basil Ayub combining to defense that pass.
Jalen Kung, number 8, got a hand on it, or a hand a couple of times, but just couldn't hold on with that coverage.
And a timeout, British Columbia on 4th down. Not sure if they needed the timeout to make the decision or just to chat things over here, but on 4th and 10.
Well, sounds like the BC coach hollered for his offense to get back to the bench.
Yep.
You see, I just find it a little interesting, but I guess that's the way they decided to set it up, that both teams are on the same side of the field for benches. Whereas in all the other games that are played here, one team has one side and the other has the other side.
Got to say, we have yet to have an incident because of that. So,
you think maybe the coaches decided that they wanted to keep the players on that side of the field away from the crowd? Think that's possible?
could be. Also, it's good for shooting the game visually. You don't have anyone blocking the sideline where the cameras are. So this is mainly used as a scouting tool, as you know, the Border Bowl.
A former TV guy would think of that, wouldn't he?
Well, you're always worried where the cameras are.
I tell you, Marty, you shot a lot of video of a lot of sports in southern Alberta. You and, can I say his name, Mr. Paul Kingsmith? I really don't know how you guys would do it sometimes. On Friday and Saturday night, the schedule you kept to get all that stuff, get it done, and then get it on the air.
Well, no one said we were the smartest guys around, but we did love sports. And that's what you got to do to get the footage. So on 4th and 10, BC going for it. Luck under center. And it's
halfback
option pass. Oh, ball's in the air.
And almost intercepted, but then knocked away.
So that was Kung on the option pass, and it just fell incomplete, but BC it certainly had a good chance at completing that play as we look on the Feature Productions replay.
36, Anthony Pache of Brooks, I think had a chance at it twice, but just couldn't hold on. But you know what? It's probably better off this way.
Yeah, you don't lose the field position.
You get it down here at the BC 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for Alberta.
So a good chance for Alberta to put some points on the board before the end of the half. Great field position on the 31-yard line. We got a player down on the far sideline.
Another Alberta player, but you can't see who it is. The public address announcer getting into it sort of that cheerleader mode, you know? You may have noticed over the years.
You refrained from doing that?
I usually was, as you know, old school.
Yes.
You do what you're supposed to do as far as game information goes and leave it at that.
Yeah.
And I found occasionally you could get yourself in trouble doing that.
Sure. But
and a man who doesn't want any trouble.
Yes, our announcer, public address announcer Joe Carter, also amping up the crowd here.
Well, that's
at
good.
U of L Community Stadium, as on the play.
Good catch on the slant in.
Matthew Nicolak back in the game finds Matthew McDermott.
Yeah.
So close to the first down marker, about a yard short, 2nd and 1, Alberta. As Nicolak had success through the air in the first quarter for the Alberta squad. certainly haven't had much of a run game so far this afternoon. So under 2 to play. Nicoluk in the shotgun. He's got Charter Baselt behind him, but he's looking to throw instead. And finds a man open in the slot, going up high. Caden Wagner hauls it in from 23 yards out. Nicoluk with his second touchdown of the game.
Wagner beat the coverage and made one heck of a catch in the end zone. Nicoluk double pumps, looks up in the air, coming down near the goal line, and there's Wagner making a diving catch in the end zone to get Alberta a little bit closer.
Wagner will attempt the convert. Bad snap, and BC
no
is all
kick.
over the play. What I liked about that play, Brian, is it was the second read, too, from Nicoluk, or maybe his third read. He was looking left to start the play and then went back to his right and found Caden Wagner for the touchdown, giving Alberta some life with 1:49 to go in the second quarter.
That is one tremendous catch. 27 yards on the reception.
We got a flag down, though, on the play.
Kick failed, but does that mean we're going to get an extra try on the point?
Looks like it's offside on the defense.
Yep, so a possibility. So maybe not the best idea to go for it on 4th down, possibly. So Wagner's going to try it again.
Yep.
With Matthew Nicoluk holding.
And this one is kicked right into the BC line, so it just wasn't meant to be, I guess.
I guess not.
And so an unconverted touchdown, 6 points on the board for Alberta.
14.
And that trims the lead to 10.
So 3 plays for Alberta, covering 36 yards. After that 4th down gamble by BC, they got the ball at the 36-yard line and put it in.
Kind of a strange call maybe at this point in the game. Have the score in hand and in your own territory to go for it on 4th down, and then call a gadget play at that. But, you know.
Halfback option.
Yeah, BC almost completed the play.
You know what the claim was, that maybe not the inventor of the halfback option, but was used initially when it was brought to light, would have been the New York Giants in the 1950s, when Vince Lombardi was the offensive coordinator for the Giants, and Frank Gifford used to throw the halfback option. And was pretty successful at it, too.
There you go. See, I've learned something today.
Yeah, I'm just a font of useless information.
Not useless in a football context.
So Alberta on the penalty will kick off from the 50.
And it's Caden Wagner to do the duties. As a BC player coming late onto the field for this kickoff return. Carter Price and Braden Hamilton back to receive the kick. Actually, that's Vohar that it's kicked to. And he's got some room to move. Finds a hole. Cut back to midfield. Spun around. Vohar still on his feet. And finally the play blown dead after he gets over midfield. I don't know if I'd be kicking the ball to Terrence Vohar right now.
If that wasn't, wasn't for number 30, Caden Cretney, to slowing him down, coming right up the middle, getting a hold of him, he might have went all the way.
So we look at the Feature Productions replay. He bobbled the kick, but there were no Alberta players within 10 yards of him.
And he just scoops up the middle.
Yeah, pretty much untouched until Cretney got in there.
Cretney just snuck in there and got a hold of him, fortunately for Alberta on the play.
So with 1:37 to go in the second quarter, BC starting from the Alberta 50. Under center, ball swung out by Matthew Glover to Carter Price. And he gets the first down, but we have a marker down on the field.
On the 40, on the Alberta 40.
Yeah, looks like a holding call is coming up.
Parker DAUB knocked him out of bounds. It will be a holding call against BC.
So a quick pass out wide to Price. Stepped over the tackle of Jordan Pennylegion, but this play is coming back. And make it 1st and 20 for British Columbia. As we approach 1:30 to play in the first half. Marty Basita and Brian Janot on the call from University of Lethbridge Community Sports Stadium. Been an entertaining first half here between BC and Alberta.
It has been.
Matthew Glover under center. Finds his receiver in the flat, but Pennylegion is all over him after a gain of about 4 yards. Reception.
Jordan, Pennylegion out of Calgary's Crescent Heights, wrapped him up quickly.
Yeah, Jalen Kung on the catch. And so still
4.
A lot of work to do for BC to get a first down. 1:22 to play. Second quarter. Glover taking the play in from the sideline. Goes back under center. He's got 2 backs behind him. 4 receivers out wide. The handoff.
Bernardin.
Ethan Bernardin brought down right at the line of scrimmage by Alberta.
Parker DAUB 77 made a real good play on that. Knife through on the line and brought him down. And that's not an easy man to bring down.
No. It looks like we have a BC player down after the play. One of their linemen. Might be Taylor Fleming. I don't know if that was 56.
It might be 55. It looked like a Rutland helmet. It might be Bear Akachuk.
Okay.
I just saw the blue and gold helmet go off onto the ground.
Looks like they're looking at his left leg. Either way, BC will be faced with a long 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 18. Yeah, number 55. You're right, Brian. It's Bear Akachuk getting helped off the field. And with the holes that this BC line has been providing for its running backs, we'll see if they can continue that with Akachuk on the sideline now. 1:03 to play, second quarter. So Glover setting up in the shotgun.
Now under a minute to play in the first half.
Bernardin goes in motion. Also in motion, Isaac Luck, who's played some quarterback so far, now running out to the right sideline. Fake handoff. No, it was completed.
Yep, handoff
to Kung. And so Jalen Kung finding some room, but getting the ball back just over the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be another 4th down decision here for British Columbia.
Anthony Pache bringing him down quickly.
34 seconds to play in the quarter. BC may be thinking it's late enough that they can risk it.
Fourth and 9 from the 49.
So Glover taking his time getting to the line of scrimmage.
Try to
kind of looking maybe make this the last play of the half.
John Gleason counting off the signals or the time, and it'll be a time count violation.
Yeah, flag on the field.
Which I think BC will be fine with 9 seconds left in the half.
And they didn't look like they were in any rush to get this play off. So 4th and 20. Glover under center. The handoff to Bernardin. And he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Pache amongst those on the tackle.
Alberta players there, Southern Alberta players again there. 77 Parker DAUB and number 99 Mahmoud Musa. Mahmoud Musa out of Catholic Central and Parker DAUB out of Chinook High.
So chance for Alberta to run one more play with 3 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And we'll see possibly a Hail Mary here towards the end zone. It's Matthew Nicoluk in the shotgun formation.
Just fired downfield?
Yeah, we've got 3 receivers to our right. No, a throwback the other way. Looking to make it up on the ground, but slipping on the play after trying to make a move was Reynolds. So
yeah, he got tripped up. And that ends the half.
But a back and forth first half. Good plays from both teams, but BC taking a 10-point lead into the intermission. We've got Ethan Bernardin, Matthew Glover, and Yellow Watko on the touchdowns for British Columbia. It was Dustin Cameron and Caden Wagner with touchdown catches, both of those via the arm of Matthew Nicoluk. So lots of offense here in the first half. See what adjustments are made as we're going to step aside here on GoLiveSportsCast.com. We'll have the second half of the Rising Selects game coming up momentarily from University of Lethbridge Community Sports Stadium. As we start the third quarter.
And Carter Price for BC returns the football up to the 40-yard line, and he's tackled for Alberta by number 30, Caden Cretney, and that'll give BC the ball 1st and 10 to start out the second half. 1st and 10 at their 40.
BC with one turnover in the first half, an interception by Cretney. That helped set up the opening scoring drive for Alberta. Most of the damage for British Columbia coming on the ground, whether it's Terrence Vohar, Ethan Bernardin, or Yellow Watko, and that shows how nice the BC line has played up to this point for Coach Matt Mackery. As they start the third quarter, it's Watko on the handoff as Andrew Johnson is back in at quarterback from Prince George.
Tacklers for Alberta, 54 Gus Halbert and 56 Austin Hunt.
So for Watko, that's a short gain.
Only 3.
Yep. Consider that a success for Alberta's defense on the first down. But Alberta will need to string together some good defensive stands here to stay within contact of British Columbia and try to pull out this win in the second half, a come from behind victory after BC won last year 28-0. So Johnson under center looking to pass. Out wide, and he's got a receiver, Carter Price.
Oh, it's a good catch by Price. And he's forced out of bounds down at the 30s.
Yeah, the size of the BC player very much on display there at 6 feet tall from Belmont, Carter Price.
And 37 yards on that pass play.
Andrew Johnson showing a good arm to get it out there. And Price adding some yards after the catch, as he actually wasn't tackled, just forced out of bounds by a trio of Alberta players. 1st and 10 now for BC, opening up this third quarter on the right foot from the 30-yard line of Alberta. Johnson starting under center on this snap. Watko and Vohar the backs, and the toss to Vohar. And he's got to avoid a tackle, but in the open field, Anthony Pache had a great first half for Alberta in the tackle department, making another one there.
Came up and made a really good play.
So we look at the feature productions replay.
Open field. Looked like 23, Vohar was ready to turn the corner, and Pache dropped him in the backfield for a 5-yard loss.
2nd and 15, BC. As Johnson will go back under center for this snap. The I formation behind him. Handoff to Vohar. cut back to the middle. But again, pretty good tackling there by Alberta, brings him down after a short gain.
Mahmoud Musa brings him down.
He's the biggest player on the Alberta side at 5'11", 250 pounds, playing the nose.
From Catholic Central. Makes it 3rd and 10.
Johnson under center, I formation. He's got 4 receivers. And he fakes the handoff. Rolls out to his left, back against the grain, looking for his receiver, and he's got him. Carter Price once again. A perfect pass from Johnson on a 30-yard touchdown catch.
Price is battling the defensive back, 23, Basil Ayub, Calgary Cowboys, for this football, and Price wins the battle down inside just on the goal line, and he pulls it over top of the DB just above his head, and he's in for the touchdown.
A pretty nice throw by Andrew Johnson on the run to his left. That's tough for a quarterback at any skill level to complete. And he made sure that his man Price was the only one who could get to it. As Terrence Vohar now looking to kick the convert. And it's good. So once again, if you're just joining us, that's 2 points on the kick convert as Vohar caps it off. And it's 32-14. British Columbia starting the 3rd quarter brightly. A couple of big plays in the passing game from Andrew Johnson to Price.
That drive was 70 yards on 6 plays. Opening drive of the second half always makes a coach pleased to take the kickoff and score.
Just how he drew it up, I'm sure, at halftime. So BC now to kick off to Alberta. We'll see what kind of response the Blue Crew can have. And while they're not out of this game, they need to get some points on the board here quickly. Stay within striking distance. Caden Cretney and Ingor Lual back to receive the kick. Kick to Cretney. He cuts back towards the middle. Finds a bit of room and wriggles his way up to the 39-yard line.
Pulled down by number 2, Ethan Lang, out of Abbotsford Falcons.
But it wouldn't be a play without a flag in this game. There's been quite a bit of laundry on the field so far today.
Alberta was offside on the kickoff.
BC was offside on the kickoff.
BC offside.
So
re-kick.
Re-kick. Nothing worse as a coverage team to kick the ball and have to do it all over again, run back down the field. On a warm spring day here in southern Alberta, about 24 degrees, 25 degrees. Bit of a breeze out of the west, blowing left to right across the field. So it's once again, I believe it's Cretney along with Lual to receive this kick for Alberta. And back again to Cretney's side. Fielded cleanly. The 25. Cuts back towards the middle. Avoids a couple of tackles, but Cretney brought down at the 37. So they lost a yard or two.
44, Gavin Murray on the tackle. And it'll be Alberta ball.
So good coverage from BC on that kickoff. Giving up about an 8-yard return. Maybe 10 yards. And so from the 36, Alberta begins the possession, their first of the third quarter. And it's Mikulik. And he had his receiver, Matthew McDermott, in the flat, but ball was dropped.
Little swing pass, and McDermott couldn't hold on.
So Matthew Mikulik, who had a couple of touchdown passes in the first half, starting the second half here at quarterback for Alberta. Most of their success coming through the air, as BC has had the better play on both lines so far, at least against the run game. And now a handoff as Jordan Penny-Legion coming from the wide receiver position to take the handoff. And he got a nice gain there of over 8 yards. So from the slot, Penny-Legion on a sweep play. It's Alberta within a manageable third down distance, 3rd and 3.
56 Taylor Fleming with the tackles, and makes it 3rd and 3.
So Alberta back to the air, and Mikulik hit as he throws, and we'll see what the call is on the field. BC playing it like it was a fumble, and it is called a fumble. And BC with the recovery. So the first turnover for Alberta today, coming on a fumble, as on the pass rush, Curtis Farnsworth, I believe, getting his hand in there, and not judged to be a forward pass, instead a fumble by Matthew Mikulik, recovered by BC.
Well, the quarterback's arm was going forward, but it looked like he'd already let go of the football before, you know, like he had it was out of his hand before his arm went forward. So that turnover gives the ball to BC at the Alberta 39.
Good starting field position as Isaac Luck completes the pass to Braden Hamilton out on the right sideline. He's still breaking tackles, and it's a BC first down.
Out of bounds at the 20, so 19 yards on the game.
Nothing too fancy here, just a quick swing pass out to the receiver. Good blocking and some poor tackling as well by Alberta. As a couple of Alberta players had a chance at the play. Couldn't make it until Hamilton got down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 BC, 9:10 to play third quarter. Looking to build on its lead. Already one touchdown in the quarter for British Columbia. Luck under center, hands off. And once again going to the corner, Ethan Bernardin.
Bernardin is in.
He runs with great strength and determination. Great burst by Ethan Bernardin, found the hole. And that's another touchdown for Ethan Bernardin. So we look at the Feature Productions replay. Again, maybe a couple missed tackles, but a big hole on the left side opened up.
And then he did the rest.
Yeah. 21-yard touchdown run, his second of the game for Ethan Bernardin. Makes it 38-14. And the convert is clanked, but again, flag on the field.
Offside is the call.
Offside Alberta.
Stands against Alberta.
So we'll have a re-kick here. And this one is made. So another 2 points for British Columbia. 40-14 the score. As on the short field, BC takes advantage on the Ethan Bernardin 21-yard touchdown run.
That was a drive of 39 yards on 3 plays after the turnover.
So the first turnover of the game by Alberta proves to be costly, and a big hole now for Blue to get out of. Trailing 40-14 with 8:52 to go in the third quarter. And while the Alberta defense has made some good plays in this game, it's just been a constant attack from BC, led by that fine offensive line, opening up some big holes all game, whether it's for Bernardin or Vohar. And again, this scramble kickoff had to go 10 yards.
Don't think it went 10 yards. That's probably why the flag is down.
Yeah. Trying it again. That's what they did off the opening kickoff and recovered. All right, so the penalty declined as Alberta did recover the football on the onside kick.
And they take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 51.
So pretty good field position for Alberta to start this drive on. Need some positives here. Try and get back into this football game. So Matthew Nicoluk back at quarterback for Alberta, this time in the shotgun. He's got 5 receivers at his disposal. And that's Jordan Penny-Legion, who came in motion, take the handoff, cut back to the middle. Penny-Legion with some room to the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Alberta. Big play by Jordan Penny-Legion.
Took kind of what they call the end around to his right, cut back the other way, found open field, and went all the way. And he comes around the corner here, and look at this cut. And there he goes. Sort of like the parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah, key block by Caden Wagner there in the middle as well to help spring his fellow receiver.
And goes all the way for the touchdown.
So a big play by Alberta's
59 yards.
Jordan Penny-Legion, 59-yard touchdown run. Caden Wagner in to try the convert. And it's good. So Alberta, just like that, trims the lead. A big play by Jordan Penny-Legion on a 59-yard touchdown run, convert by Wagner. And Alberta pulls back within 18. So a rapid response by Alberta, as we've had plenty of scoring in this contest. And not that Penny-Legion wouldn't have scored from 70 yards or 75 yards with that play, but the short kickoff by BC giving Alberta pretty decent field position. And certainly the best run of the day for Team Alberta. So Wagner to kick off.
So right after recovering the short kick, one play,
Yep.
59 yards for the touchdown.
Oh, and that ball gets by Terrence Vohar, goes back to the 1-yard line, breaks a tackle towards the 20, and Wagner in with his friends to take Terrence Vohar down at about the 19-yard line. So Vohar had a really nice return last time, but this one got by him. The kickoff got by him. He had to retreat all the way down to his own 2-yard line. Did pretty well to get back to the 19. Well, it's basically the 20-yard line. We'll call it the 20.
Just inside the 20-yard line.
And BC has had a 85-yard drive in the first half, so they can march the football. It wasn't even really much of a march. They had some big plays in there. The long field, no deterrent so far to BC in this game with 7:40 to play in the third quarter. Matthew Glover in under center at quarterback, I formation. Throws it out wide to Braden Hamilton. And that play has had some success for BC, but sniffed out well by Alberta and stopped right at after a short gain. About 4 yards, maybe 3.
There's Ayub over there quickly to make the stop. And loss of 2. Check that out.
Glover under center, looking for the handoff to Vohar. Ball on the ground. He dropped it and picked it right back up. So a good bounce for BC as Vohar was able to pick up the poor exchange.
And Parker DAUB with the tackle quickly, number 77.
So a very short gain for British Columbia as Vohar jumps on the ball after dropping it. 3rd and 6. Matthew Glover under center, I formation, 4 receivers. The slot's on the move. And put up out wide, and good coverage there.
Tyson Bongo, number 88, intended receiver, but it was beyond his reach and out of bounds.
So Alberta forcing a 4th down here. And BC has been known to not punt, but this
one time
they do.
Yep.
So pretty good field position once again for Alberta to start this drive. Change the field, 35 yards. And it's Alberta football on the 51 with 6:04 to go here in the third quarter. Down by 18. Lots of time left for Team Blue to get back into this game. Especially if it only takes them 20 seconds to score again.
Well, that worked out rather well the last time, but I have to see what transpires on this possession.
So Matthew Nicoluk in at quarterback for Alberta. Lining up in a shotgun formation. He's got Charter Baselt behind him at tailback. 3 receivers to the near sideline and a flag as they jumped early. And that's unfortunate because it's a great pass to Matthew McDermott.
And he's down inside the 10.
Pretty sure this one's coming back, Ryan.
But it'll be a procedure call, maybe. We'll see what they talk about. Side judge Mike Cermak talking to the head official John Gleason. And it is procedure.
Unfortunate for Alberta as a fine pass from Nicoluk to McDermott. He dropped it in right over his shoulder. And that would have gave Alberta a great chance down in the red zone, but instead it comes back. Actually, there's no left end is what the call is, so got to cover up the end.
Has to be 7 men on the line of scrimmage. That's what they used to call them years ago when Kevin and I played. They called it the end. Now it's wide out, wide receiver, whatever.
So that's brought back 5 yards. 1st and 15 for Alberta. Nicoluk again in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Dumps it out to Caden Reynolds in the flat, and
and hit quickly and hard by number 6, Brett Kennard.
And he missed the other BC player coming in like a missile. So it looks like it's about a gain of 4. 2nd and 11. So we look at the feature productions replay. And he just ducked down to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, he was fortunate there. He could have been hit a lot harder.
So Nicolak again in the shotgun. Rolling out to his right, Nicolak. Matthew McDermott, the intended receiver. The connection fails. And so good opportunity, though, to pick up some yards by Alberta, but Nicolak couldn't find McDermott on that particular play. So third down. 11 to go. Third quarter, British Columbia up 40-22 in this Rising Selects game. Grade 9 and 10 players for BC and Alberta here at the ABC Bowl. Reynolds in motion.
Combo.
The inside handle to Bissell, and on the ground.
Alberta does recover.
Yeah. I think that might have been. Yeah, Curtis Myshaniak.
Number 40.
Falls down on the ball.
Myshaniak.
Yeah.
That's the second time he's done that.
Yeah, and he also had a sack, so he's been around the football at least.
He certainly has.
Yeah, so Alberta forced to punt on this play with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Man, just what could have been if that long pass play to McDermott would have stood up for Alberta. They would have had it down inside the BC 10 instead. Procedure penalty on Alberta negated that play, and they couldn't quite get their footing after that. And as BC taking over the football on the 26-yard line. And BC's offense started out the quarter really well. 30-yard touchdown catch by Carter Price. And then Ethan Van Arden had a 21-yard touchdown run. On the sweep now.
Tripping him up on the play is Jordan Penny-Legion, the guy who scored the touchdown.
Yellow Watco, who had some nice runs in the first half.
Penny-Legion out of Calgary Crescent Heights.
And really, he just kind of fell down. No Alberta player really got a tackle on that play. And at 240 pounds, maybe that's just preservation on Alberta's side. So second down and 4, British Columbia. Andrew Johnson is the quarterback once again. The handoff to Watco. And
goes off right tackle.
Looking for that first down, but comes up just short.
DAUB 77 on the stop, along with Ashton Waruka. Tabor. So
better penetration by Alberta's defensive line on that particular play. And so it'll be third and about 2 for British Columbia. Johnson under center. It's Watco the tailback, so a jumbo package here. Johnson fakes the handoff, looking to roll out wide, and he gets around the end. Cuts it back inside, but there's Cretney with a nice tackle once again.
Flag after the play. After the play was dead.
Possibly too hard on the tackle. But pretty good play by Caden Cretney. Coming up from his defensive backs position. As Johnson was making a move back towards the middle.
Unnecessary roughness. And he's pointing BC's way.
So maybe after the Cretney tackle?
It was up beyond the play. Further up upfield about 3 or 4 yards. Somebody got hit, blindsided. So
it's a first down for British Columbia on the run, but
a 15-yard penalty.
The roughing penalty will send them back 15 yards. So first down, British Columbia with 2 minutes, 4 seconds to play in the third quarter on the 23-yard line. Been impressed with Caden Cretney today, though.
Yeah, he has played very well. Not only that interception that was a really great interception, but he's been around the ball and probably saved a touchdown on that kickoff.
Yeah.
When Vohar took off, and he slowed him down enough that they stopped him just on their side of the field.
Johnson back to pass, and right through the arms.
And it was a possibility. I don't think he expected it. Jerome Florazone.
Yeah.
Lloydminster Red Dogs. I don't think he expected that to. I mean, he looked down and, oh my goodness, here's a football.
Yeah, he kind of just zoned up there. Johnson under attack. Had to get rid of the football, and a near interception there for Alberta, but falls to the turf, and Johnson is now coming out for BC on this second down play, and Isaac Luck will come in at quarterback number 4 of Rutland. High formation behind him. Hands off to Bernardin. That play off the right tackle he's had so much success with. And just another nice run.
Another flag on the play.
Oh man, we got. Did they got any flags left to throw?
Like an indication on it might be holding against BC. At least that's the preliminary.
They certainly called the holding tight in this game in the Rising Selects contest.
Yeah, it's holding.
So that's going to send BC backwards once again.
After yards are gained, though, for first down.
That's happened so many times. Like they've already made the first down. No need to hold, boys.
Well, you know, they're trying to make a play upfield, and sometimes that's what happens.
So from the 27-yard line now, first down BC.
Yeah, the holding penalty takes it back to the 27, but it is first down.
Good way to milk the clock.
Absolutely. We're under a minute now in the third quarter.
They've started this drive on their 26, I think, and have had 2 first downs, and are now at the 27. Luck hands off to Watco, coming up strong on the tackle.
77, Parker DAUB is getting to know Watco quite well. They've collided once or twice, and DAUB made the tackle. Oops, so we
got a BC player down now. So that
it might be Watco.
Yeah, there's a big collision.
That's what I say.
Between DAUB and Watco.
DAUB and Watco have been meeting quite regular lately in this game.
Gain of 3 on the play. Watco's back up to a sitting position. Might be looking at his leg.
Flexing his right knee a little bit. Trying to help him up. Yeah, he's favoring his right leg.
Yeah, walking off under his own power.
Yes.
Little Watco from North Surrey.
Walking off on his own power, but gingerly.
Yes.
As the late Danny Galvin used to say.
Yeah, except not quite in that register.
No, he would use it in a different context, wouldn't he?
Well, a little bit higher pitched. Just a little bit. All right, so Watco comes off the field. Still, BC in the I formation with Luck at quarterback. And he hands it off.
It looked like he was going to throw the halfback option.
Jalen Kung came around and got the corner. Spins back to the inside, so BC making another first down here. And this one is going to gain some field position for them as we approach 10 seconds to play here in the quarter.
And Jordan Penny, Legion number 3, with the stop.
So Kung faked the pass, and that froze the Alberta defense just enough to give him enough room up the far sideline for the first down.
Up to the 47, a gain of 17, and this should be the last play of the third quarter? Should be.
Well, the amount of penalties we've seen in this game, I don't know if we can count on it, but we'll see.
Another friend of mine, the late Hadsbergen, would always say, barring penalty.
Yep. So Luck in, under center. Ethan Bernardin is the tailback.
Oh, geez, somebody was offside there on the left for Alberta. So Trent Metcalf jumped quickly. 95. Yeah.
Yeah, he was back there.
Yeah, I don't think
he was drawn.
Don't think there's any question that's offside.
1st and 5 now for BC from the 52-yard line. Down 18, final play of the 3rd quarter, barring penalty.
Seen we did have a penalty.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. Luck takes the snap, fakes the handoff, out in the flat, finds Kung, makes a move, still on his feet, taken down at the 45. So that's how we'll end the 3rd quarter.
And Penny Legion and Viney with the tackle, 3 and 9.
So through 3rd quarter here, BC building on to the lead at halftime, now up by 18, 40-22. Carter Price with a 30-yard touchdown pass, or a 30-yard touchdown catch from Andrew Johnson. And then Ethan Bernardin added his 2nd touchdown of the game, a 21-yard romp, before Alberta responded on a big 59-yard touchdown run by Jordan Penny Legion. And that touchdown was converted. So 40-22. BC starting the 4th quarter at the 46-yard line of Alberta with a 1st down. So Isaac Luck in at quarterback. Ethan Bernardin is the tailback. Taylor Fleming now playing fullback with Ella Watko on the sideline. And the handoff to Bernardin. Trying to bounce it outside. Breaks a tackle. Finds some room. And getting the edge once again, Ethan Bernardin from the North Langley Bears.
Liz Layu just managing to force him out down at the 23-yard line with a gain of 23.
Yeah, and again, the hole on the right side has been generous. Alberta did have a chance at a tackle, but Bernardin ran through it. He just down the sideline.
Blew right by him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 24-yard line for British Columbia. It's been a steady diet of Ethan Bernardin here in the 2nd half. And Luck hands it off again to Bernardin. Again, a chance for Alberta to make a play in the backfield, but Bernardin got around the tackle.
On the sweep, he's hit by several people.
Yeah, got a couple yards,
including 77 Parker DAUB and 67 Jerome Forzone.
And Bernardin is on a knee.
Be about 2 to the 21.
He got crunched here at the end. Might have been that friendly fire as well. So Bernardin checking out, and Terrence Vohar coming back in. BC in good shape at the tailback position, whether it's been Bernardin or Vohar. 2nd and 7. As we approach the 13-minute mark of the 4th quarter. BC still in the huddle. Looks like their offensive line, who's played so well all game,
I think they're getting
tiring just a bit.
A little exhausted in this heat, possibly?
Yeah, could be. The holes have still been plentiful, though, so. And Luck into the left sideline, the far sideline, looking for
Price.
Yeah, Braden Hamilton.
Braden Hamilton. Yes, Braden Hamilton. 13 was the intended receiver.
He's had a couple of big catches for BC today. Pretty good defense there by Ingor Luwal from Brooks. And so a 3rd down and 7 coming up for BC. looking to add to this 18-point lead. The Rising Selects game, grade 9 and 10 players from University of Lethbridge Community Sports Stadium. Marty Wasita, Brian Janot on the call from the ABC Border Bowl.
Movement again at the line of scrimmage. And it could be Alberta offside. Yes. So that'll make it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable now.
Yep.
Moving the ball down to the 16-yard line. So BC looking to convert this into a first down. Watko is back into the game for BC. He's in the tailback position. Vohar in the fullback position. And the fake to
Fumble.
Ball on the ground.
Great play all around by Curtis Manchianuk.
Yeah, his 2nd sack of the game, Brian.
Manchianuk now got a sack, forced a fumble, recovered the fumble.
Yeah.
All in one.
He did it all on that play as Luck was under siege right off the snap. Faked the handoff. And it was Curtis Mashanyuk from Stettler making the fine defensive play on the strip sack, recovering the ball. Could be a big momentum turn here in this game as Alberta down 18. Trying to cut into this BC lead. Come out in the shotgun formation. Matthew Nicoluk is back in a quarterback. He had a couple of receivers in that area trying to hook up with Tyson or make that Caden Reynolds.
Caden Reynolds on the play.
Caden Wagner was also in the vicinity. And he got a hand on it, Reynolds, but couldn't haul it in. So 2nd and 10 for Alberta from the 27.
Before that fumble recovery by Mashanyuk, BC had a 15-play drive going. They had the ball for a long time.
Well, they kept making first downs without going anywhere. And the handoff to Penny Legion. And BC has seen that play a couple of times, and this time they defense it well. Jordan Penny Legion in the jet sweep.
Colby Griffiths, number 92, in on the stop for Team BC.
Yeah, no real chance for Penny Legion to turn the ball upfield. So now 3rd and 15 for Alberta. Nicoluk in the shotgun. Charter Bissell, the running back behind him. 5 receivers. And that ball thrown up and incomplete. Caden Reynolds again was the intended receiver.
That's 44 Gavin Murray with the coverage, and it'll be 4th down.
Nicoluk had some time to make that pass. Didn't quite set his feet as Alberta will now be forced to punt. 35 yards downfield, the ball goes. And so BC takes over. After the turnover doesn't cost them, their 2nd turnover of the game. And basically taking the ball over at midfield, BC with 10:06 to go in the 4th quarter, looking to salt away this game up 40-22. It's a great day for football here in southern Alberta. As back in at quarterback now is number 12, Andrew Johnson, under center. The fake handoff rolls out to his left, throwing back against his body. Oh, and he had his receiver.
Off the fingertips. Went up high for it, but couldn't hold on.
I think that's Matthew Glover. Maybe Brett Cunard, number 5 or 6. I'm trying to make the determination there on the far sideline. Either way, it's an incompletion, so 2nd and 10 for BC from midfield. Jalen Kung might have been the intended receiver as he's lining up again on the left side.
Well, the dark uniforms 5 and 6 are difficult to decipher sometime.
Oh, and the ball is on the ground.
Oh, it's fumbled.
So Vohar trying to extend the play, and it was a fine defensive effort there by Anthony Pache from Brooks, forcing the fumble and then dropping on it. So Alberta with a second fumble recovery of the quarter, this time in BC territory.
I was trying to see who forced the fumble, but the referee stepped in the way.
Yeah.
So
I think it was more Vohar just trying to extend the play and kind of lost the grip.
there was a guy in the midst of bringing him down,
Yeah.
though, but still. Nevertheless, it's a turnover.
Third turnover for BC in this game. Alberta ball as we go under 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. In to play quarterback for Alberta, number 12, Colin Brooks. Hands it off to Tirib Otoloran, 203 pounds out of Nelson Mandela High School in Calgary. So basically gain of 1 there on first down.
15
or no gain.
McPherson in on the tackle.
It's been difficult for Alberta to run in the middle, especially for most of this game. So now in the shotgun formation, Colin Brooks to take the snap. Olatorin behind him. Fake the handoff. The screen set up. Olatorin almost didn't turn around in time to receive that pass. And we got a flag down on the play. A minimal gain on the play anyways.
Met solidly by Braden Reed, number 40. And 60 Curtis Farnworth also in on the tackle, but there is a penalty marker down. Unnecessary roughness.
On the quarterback.
Roughing the passer.
Yeah, roughing the passer.
So it'll be a first down on the penalty.
Let's move it up 15 yards. And Alberta getting a big chunk of field position here. Now down to the 27-yard line of BC. 8 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Alberta looking to get into the end zone here for the second time in the second half. Brooks under center. Takes a handoff. Rolling out to his right, looking for some help. Now throws back across the middle, looking for Caden Wagner. Dangerous play there. As a couple
Almost
of
a great
BC,
catch.
yeah, a couple of BC D-backs were in on the play. Connor Way and Isaac Luke.
Ethan Lang was there too to knock it away.
I think it was Lang and Way is what I should have said.
Well, Wagner had a chance at it, but just couldn't hold on.
So Brooks throwing off the back foot into double coverage. The pass broken up, and we have a timeout. Alberta. So with 7:42 to go here in the fourth quarter, BC holding on to a 40-22 lead in this Rising Selects game at the ABC Border Bowl. And just a really good opportunity for scouts from across Western Canada to have a look at these players who are not ready to graduate, or some of them aren't quite a few years away, but you get on the radar of the scouts and keep playing the game. And the goal of all these players is to play some post-secondary football down the line. Coming up, we've got one more game on the docket today. The Rising Stars game between Alberta and BC. And it was Alberta who won last year 8-6. A defensive tussle. Or actually make it, I'm looking at the current Stars past games.
8-6.
We're doing Rising Stars, not current Stars. So the Rising Stars game last year was won by BC, 35-31. Still a close game.
Yes.
And the
like
series is tied at 2-2. Alberta winning the 2 years previous. BC winning back in 2013.
When you have a score like 8-6, I always think of it being a bad weather game, but
could be, yeah.
But not likely in May.
Nicolak back in at quarterback for Alberta on the rollout. Gets to the corner and looking to gain some yards. So a short gain there for the Alberta quarterback. As we look at the Feature Productions replay, the heat put on.
And pressure there from number 60, Curtis Farnworth. Cut around the sidelines, then forced out of bounds by number 3, Connor Way, and it was a 2-yard gain, so it brings up 3rd and 8.
So shotgun snap, Nicolak with one back behind him. 5 receivers, and it's an inside handoff. So not much there on the run by Devin Clark from Pincher Creek.
56, Taylor Fleming has a tackle quickly.
So gained about a yard, so 4th and 7. And Alberta will obviously be going for it in this situation, down 18 with under 7 minutes to play. And it'll be a shotgun snap. Devin Clark, the tailback. Got a stack of 3 receivers on the right side of the formation. And that's where Nicolak was working and can't connect with Caden Wagner as he tried to lead him just a bit too far.
Towards the sidelines and couldn't hold on to the football.
So turnover on downs.
Yeah, just beyond his reach. They were trying to...
Not sure how far he would have gotten.
To the 20-yard line. That was Tyson Boyd, number 31, with the coverage. So the ball goes over. BC will take it.
At the 24-yard line. And 6:32 to go here in the 4th quarter. Alberta needing a stop. As we've had a scoreless 4th quarter up to this point. So in at quarterback for BC, number 5, Matthew Glover. He's under center. Got a lone tailback in there right now. And on the reverse, it's Vohar. Chance for Alberta to stop that deep in the BC backfield, but instead Vohar got the corner and gains a few yards.
Number 80, Ben Simmons out of Medicine Hat, does make a tackle.
Mishaniak almost had another big play for the Alberta defense. And we got a fumble on the play?
Could be.
Right as we look at the Feature Productions
and he's pointing.
Replay. Yeah, it was
Alberta.
Coming out before he's brought to the ground. And in the scramble, it's Alberta coming away with the football. So a 3rd fumble on the afternoon for BC, 2 for Vohar. It's had a very fine game up until this point. So we have the officials now talking it over. Yeah, Alberta football at the 25-yard line, and with 5:53 to go, they'll look to get back into the end zone for the 2nd time in the 2nd half. So Alberta's defense has made some big plays, creating turnovers.
Kind of kept them in the game somewhat in the 2nd half with some of those turnovers, because that one drive that, BC had the ball for 15 plays and didn't get anything out of it but a turnover.
So it's Nicolak in at quarterback in the shotgun. Got a tailback behind him, fakes the handoff, under pressure, throws it into the flat, completes to Caden Wagner, cut back to the end zone, touchdown Alberta. 25 yards on the play, Caden Wagner, the touchdown catch.
Goes back to Nicolak. He's looking for Wagner, looks like all the way. Going to the sidelines, got the catch, and then cuts it back into the middle. Avoids the defender and into the end zone for Alberta touchdown, Caden Wagner.
So that's Wagner's 2nd touchdown of the game. And he'll try to convert as well. And again, another low kick by Wagner, blocked by BC. So Alberta now down by 12 with 5:24 to go in the fourth quarter. And taking no time at all, taking advantage of that British Columbia fumble. Caden Wagner on a 25-yard touchdown reception. Matthew Nicolak with his third touchdown pass.
And it was, again, striking quickly right after the fumble recovery. One play.
Caden Wagner from Medicine Hat having a very fine contest here for Alberta. Will now kick off. Still enough time to get back into this. Well, they're in this game now, down by 12, but to further cut into the British Columbia lead.
Wagner teeing it up at the 45 for the kickoff. Kickoffs have been interesting all day long, haven't they?
Yeah. You never know when an onside kick might come up. So it's Alberta with just 11 on the field, it looks like. And again, the short kick. And barely got over the 10-yard mark, and that's recovered.
44, Gavin
Murray from Prince George.
And BC will take the football.
Yeah, if you've only got 11 on the field, though, it's making it even tougher on yourself to recover an onside kick.
You're outnumbered.
Yeah, so from the 52-yard line, British Columbia football. And it's Bernardin back in the backfield, single back. Played with a fullback most of the game. And Matthew Glover in at quarterback. Under center. Swings it out wide. Wide receiver screen set up. Juke move by Carter Price. Helped him gain a few yards.
9 Viney on the stop with help from 67 Florazone.
2nd and 6. On the right hash with 4:20 now to go here in the fourth quarter. BC taking a lot of time in between plays, as they should. The handoff now to Bernardin. Right tackle, big hole. He cuts it back. Now to the outside. Ethan.
He will go.
Bernardin with another fantastic run for British Columbia, helping get back that touchdown they just gave up to Alberta. So 54-yard run by Ethan Bernardin, and once he got into the backfield, he wasn't even touched. And really not touched on his way to the end zone. A couple of nice cuts by Ethan Bernardin. He's having himself quite a game here in Lethbridge. And Vohar will come in to attempt the convert for BC. And it's a 20-point lead once again. Just an electric afternoon for Ethan Bernardin, the 5'8", 167-pound running back from North Langley, putting on a show.
Seems like every time Alberta had an opportunity or responded to maybe get back in the game, along came Ethan Bernardin and just put BC back in the driver's seat that quickly.
Yeah, there's been big strike capability both sides in this game, but probably the more consistent play of BC paying off as they're up 20 with 4:01 to go here in the fourth quarter.
That was 55 yards on 3 plays.
Yeah. Most of that coming on the Bernardin touchdown run. So BC to kick off. Ball fielded by Caden Cretney. And pretty good coverage downfield by this BC kickoff unit. Done a good job all day. Oh, and we've got a flag.
First man downfield on the tackle was number 2, Ethan Lang. Let's see what the penalty is.
Once again, our lead umpire or referee is John Gleason. And he's been busy.
Objectional conduct, BC is the penalty. So that'll move the ball up. A little better position for Alberta.
You know, it came after the play, I think. Penalty on BC and Alberta football at the 41. So it's Matthew Nicoluk out of the shotgun.
Almost intercepted.
Breaking on that
Tipped
play,
away.
Braden
Number
Reed.
40, Braden Reed. Cut right in front of the intended receiver. If he would have picked that one off, it would have been clear sailing, I think.
Pass intended for Caden Wagner. It was a couple of touchdowns in the afternoon. So 2nd and 10, Alberta football. So we wind down under 3:30 to play in the 4th quarter. Single back set. Penny Legion coming on the sweep, faked. Instead handed off to Bisselt. Carter Bisselt with one of his best runs of the afternoon. About 9 yards. Make it 7. 3rd and 3, Alberta. We're below 3 minutes to play. BC with a 48-28 lead over Alberta in this Rising Selects contest at the ABC Border Bowl. Coming up momentarily will be our final game of the day, the Rising Stars of Alberta and BC playing off. Nicoluk in the shotgun and looking for Penny Legion, who didn't seem to be aware that the football was coming in his direction. So 4th and 3.
Downfield beyond the receiver by about 5 yards. So there's the 3-minute whistle, and it is forced down. And under the circumstances, Alberta will go for it.
And if history plays out, probably look towards Caden Wagner, who's lined up on the right slot.
He has been an awful dependable receiver for them.
So 1 back, 5 receivers. Fake handoff down the sideline. And that pass intended for Tarek Heeb. Incomplete. And a turnover on downs. It'll be BC football looking to salt this one away with 2:26 to play in the 4th quarter. So a good defensive stand there for BC, turning Alberta over on downs. It's Matthew Glover in at quarterback for BC. Coach Matt Mackery.
BC taking their time at this juncture.
The clock isn't moving though, so.
But maybe it's like I said, you said earlier, defensive line, offensive line might be a little on the exhausted side.
Yeah, they played a lot of plays. When you got 4-down football, Vohar on the carry up the right side. We're gain of 8.
Viney on the stop along with Mashaniuk.
Vohar bouncing off a couple of tackles too. So make it 2nd and 4 for BC. We go below 2 minutes at University of Lethbridge Community Sports Stadium. Back to pass. Matthew Glover finds his receiver on the left side. Good pass play there for BC. Quick hitter going to Jalen Kung, who's had a nice game out of Belmont. 5'11", 165 pounds.
21 Niger Lual of Brooks on the stop, on the stop.
We do have a flag on the play. Objectional conduct both ways.
Both ways, so it'll offset.
Offsetting penalties means the sticks will move. First down, British Columbia on the Alberta 24-yard line. Matthew Glover under center. Vohar deep in the eye. Fake handoff. End around. And there's Kung breaking some tackles.
Field.
One man to beat.
And he gets him out of bounds right inside the 1-yard line.
Caden Cretney with the touchdown saving tackle. He's been active all day for Alberta.
He has been. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, maybe this BC line looks like they're tired when they're walking up to the line of scrimmage in between plays, but still blowing Alberta off the line.
1st and goal on the 2-yard line.
So Kung with the carry.
Cretney with a little help from Chan Lual of number 10 of Brooks on that tackle.
So 1st and goal from the 2. BC looking to add something here with 1:14 to play in the quarter. Vohar deep in the eye at the tailback position. Glover under center. Keeps, takes, and scores. So Matthew Glover punches it in from 2 yards out.
Glover just off the snap takes it himself between the the left tackle and the left guard.
And so an exclamation mark put on this game by British Columbia. Alberta got it down within 12 points, and then a block convert made it a big play, because that would have made it a 10-point game. Then Ethan Bernardin had a 54-yard touchdown run converted. And Matthew Glover now capping this drive with a 2-yard touchdown run himself. Vohar for the convert is good. So now doubling up. British Columbia ahead 56-28 with 1:10 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Should mention maybe that on that left side for BC, the guard number 67, Alex Vivente, and the tackle number 58, Liam Simmons. And they have been making holes all day long for the running backs. That time they made it pretty easy for Glover to get in.
Yeah, tip of the cap to all the BC offensive linemen, as there's been holes aplenty for the backs, and now Glover on that touchdown run to run through.
.48 yards on 4 plays.
And the kickoff goes deep, sails over the head of Lual, Picks it up, looking to make some moves. Got around a couple of tacklers and then brought down after a pretty good return. Oringor Luwal of Brooks.
Ethan Lang, number 2, takes him out of bounds. And it'll be Alberta ball, 1:02 left in the fourth quarter.
We'll start this drive from the 24-yard line. Down on a knee for Alberta is number 40, Curtis Mashanyuk. He's had some big plays on the defensive side from Stetler. And now he'll walk off on his under his own power.
Might be the amount he's been on the field and around the football. It might be just exhaustion, possibly.
Just enough. Well, all these kids have played their hearts out in this contest, back and forth. It's been a closer game than the score would indicate. A couple of plays late for BC, breaking this one wide open. Colin Brooks in at quarterback for Alberta. Empty backfield. Rolling to his right. And looking for Riley Dibben. Incompletion. And so 2nd and 10 for Team Alberta with 59 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Don't forget, one more game coming up here on GoLiveSportscast.com. That'll be the Rising Stars contest between Alberta and British Columbia. Should be a kickoff at about 10 to 6, maybe 1:45 Mountain Time. Brooks rolling out, and he'll keep it. Got a block on the outside, and that's close to a first down for Colin Brooks.
Well, there's 16 Waylon Robb trying to make a way for the quarterback Brooks on that run.
And Brooks on the replay, indeed getting that block from Robb. Helps spring him for the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Brooks in the shotgun. Looking over the middle of the field and playing center field, it's Connor Way with the interception and looking for a return. He's got one man to beat. Connor Way pushed down. A touchdown saving tackle from Turib Odaloran.
Odaloran saves probably what looked like a touchdown. There's 2 flags back upfield though. One at the Alberta 48, another one at the 42. Be holding on the interception return.
So BC taking over the football with 36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And just the second turnover not on downs by Alberta. It's down on the far sideline on a knee is Tarek Heeb for Alberta.
Tarek Heeb, 5'9", 145 out of Medicine Hat. Maybe hasn't been the best of days for Medicine Hat players. We had one hurt in an earlier game that we had to call the ambulance for, Adrian Smith, St. Mary's Colts. Maybe more as a precautionary measure, but still, it was a bad enough injury that 40 seconds left in the second quarter, and referee stopped the play at that point, tacked the 40 seconds on to the second half. Fortunately, it looks like Weeb was just shaken up. He was setting up just a little bit and is back on his feet and to the bench.
All right, so starting from the 53-yard line. Glover in, the shotgun formation for BC. And under duress, rolls out to his right, eludes the pass rush. Now looking for a block. And forced out of bounds after a nice gain of about 25, or maybe 13.
Alexander Taylor Lee, number 55, takes him out of bounds and a flag down after the play.
And Glover leaves the field. Not sure if that's an ejection, but either way, it's Isaac Luke coming back into the game to play quarterback for BC with 24 seconds left.
So there was a penalty on the play after the yards were gained. Head referee John Gleason over having a discussion with the head coach of the BC.
Well, it's just one of those cases where it's been a hotly contested affair on both sides. And not sure. Alberta took ejection to them running a play, but you're probably not going to see many kneel downs in this kind of game, as you want to get as much tape on these players as possible at the ABC Border Bowl.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than a league game where if you're up by this much, you're not going to do anything. It's, to use the old cliche, it's supposed to be a showcase for the players.
And that might be it. With 24 seconds left on the clock, they might just wind it down and call it. Both teams leaving the field.
And if he waves the flag, that'll be the game over. We haven't seen it yet. Explaining to his fellow officials what happened or what the discussion was about.
Okay, so both teams coming back out on the field. We'll see some more football then in this game.
I've seen games called before the final time went off plenty of times, but under maybe different circumstances than this.
Yeah. So victory formation. And Luck takes a knee. Again, we've got stoppage here of the clock with 3 seconds left to go. (56-28) should be our final score. And again, one more snap should do it. And that's it. Final buzzer. British Columbia between their two great running backs, Ethan Bernardin and Terrence Vohar, really controlled this game on the ground. Great line play by British Columbia, leading to a 56-28 victory.
As we said earlier, every time Alberta tried to get back in the game or did get back in the game, it was either one of those two, Vohar or Bernardin, especially Bernardin, that would make a big play and put BC back in control. And the result was a 56-28 win for BC.
Ethan Bernardin with 3 touchdown runs in the victory for British Columbia. Matthew Glover added a couple of touchdown runs himself. Ilowatko had a touchdown run.